Hello everyone, my name is Peter. I'm a 4-year CodeLinker and the host of Snack and Chat series. This series is about sharing our perspective on, random topics. And today's topic will be the balancing point between work life and social life. So here we all have 3 guests over here. You guys, can you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is San and I'm a full stack developer, and next month will be my 3rd year at CodeLink, and it's a pleasure to be here in today's show.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Ving, and I actually celebrate my 1st year anniversary last month at CodeLink. So it's a Friday, and so it's kind of chill, and it's very fun to be here with host Peter and 2 of my colleagues to talk about, chat about stuff.
Hello everyone, my name is Bao, and same as Finn. I also celebrate my 1st year as a CodeLinker about a month ago. I'm also a full stack developer and very excited to be invited to this Snack and Chat session today.
Cool. So to kickstart our topic today, I think I can share a little bit of my own story about the work-life balance. So when I first start working at CodeLink, this is like the first ever official job, full-time. And then, but I still have my thesis going on in my university. So I have to spend my, working from 9 a.m. to late night. So that's why I don't have much time to spend on my family or my friends, especially my ex-relationship. And sometime later, and that relationship didn't work out. So I just learned my precious lesson. The work-life balance. So you guys, have you ever experienced that one before? And how has that affected you guys?
So in my last job, I had to work from morning to afternoon, and when I went home, I also have to work overtime, and it stressed me out a lot. All I know is work, and I don't have time for my family, my friends, and I don't even have time for myself. So I don't have much fun back then, and I felt like a zombie, and it really sucks.
Alright, so okay, so this is my story. So unlike most people, back in university, I actually took a 2 years gap. So by the time that I had my first job, I was already behind a lot of people. So I tried to make up for the time that I've lost, the 2 years time gap that I've lost. So basically, I was like I always try to work as hard as I can, whenever I can. So just work in early mornings up until midnight every day. So yeah, and I think after about half a year, I started to feel like burnout. I started to feel like I don't have any social life, and a lot of missing a lot of I miss out a lot of fun and a lot of life. So I think that's the first time that I ever encounter lack of balance in life. Yeah.
Alright, so my story is a little bit different from you guys. In my previous company, my previous job, it was part of the culture of the company for everyone to work overtime, right? So that happened across multiple time zones. For me, it was Vietnamese time zones, and there were Singapore time zones, and even Hong Kong time zones, right? So everyone at the time always worked overtime, 10 to even 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And back then, I was only able to rest on Sunday, and sometimes I even have to work overnight. Pretty stressful, but the payment was pretty high, yeah, for the amount of experience that I had at the time, right? So I was able to develop myself a lot, and was also able to earn a lot also, yep. But I tried to experience that for like a year or so, but then yeah, after a year I fell into a burnout state, and that's when I decided, yeah, this is the moment, yep, I need to rebalance my life.
So there are some extreme work that promotes toxic productivity, which means pushing ourselves, working like 6 days a week and beyond work regular hours. So do you believe that pushing ourselves to work like that really guarantee our successful future?
Okay, so I think everyone have a different view about success. So one success may be making money, growth in their own professional career. But others maybe just like having a family, taking good care of their family or their friends, and be able to like balance things all around. So for me personally, work is just a part of my life. I have multiple things, other things I want to involve as well, but it doesn't mean that I cannot progress in my career, because I really believe that if you work smart, it will make up for the amount of time that you spend on the job. So people say that practice makes perfect. I believe that practice the right thing will make you become perfect, not the way around. So yeah.
So for me, the key word that I would like to say about this is the sustainability of this. Right? So a work life that you can sustain between your work and your daily life is very important, because a sustainable work life, it doesn't mean that it will guarantee you a very productive work every day, but what it will guarantee you is that you will be able to schedule your long-term vision. You have a plan to develop yourself, and you have a vision to look into the future of yourself. So sustainability is very important. On some days, I will be very energetic, and I work even over 8 hours a day. And even after I go home, I will also continue to develop myself. I study, learn courses and stuff. But there are days that I just feel a little bit burned out. I don't have the energy for that, so I'll just go home, relax a little bit, shoot out, play with my pets, stay with the loved ones, families. So sustainability is very important for me.
So do you really think work-life balance will impact negatively to your progress, or will help you succeed? Do you have any idea?
I think success is a relative concept. It depends on each individual. Like for some people, success means wealth and high social status. But to others, it can be as simple as having a balanced life. So for me, I would choose a balanced life over money, because I like to have more time for myself, to make myself happy, and that is a success for me.
Yeah, cool. So personally, I think that it really depends on what is your goal or your plan is. There are somebody that just want to push really hard to achieve success as fast as possible, and then spend the rest of their life enjoying. There are other people, however, they just want to take small steps and then gradually achieving success. So that's just a matter of choice, I think. Yeah.
So for me, it is indispensable to achieve success in life, right? So a balanced work life will allow me to have the time and the mind to plan out my career path and my personal life. So when I set everything straight like that, I will have a straight road to success that I can just follow. All right, and this also helps me to avoid forcing myself to overwork from time to time, which will lead to burnout.
So earlier, I think one of you just mentioned about burnout, right? And then, what do you think about the signs that you know that you're suffering from burnout?
I think it happens when I work too much, and it gradually makes me feel uncomfortable and lose my excitement every morning when I wake up, or when I think about work. I no longer feel joy, only pressure. Yeah.
For me, burnout happens when my life gets out of control or things doesn't go out as I planned. So, for example, I always ahead of a day, I always try to plan myself what I'm gonna do in a day, and probably what I'm gonna do in a week. So by achieving my plan, my goals, I gain a lot of motivation through that. But if something that is so unbalanced proportionally, then it will ruin my plan, and I don't feel motivated anymore. So if that happens for a long period of time, then I will feel burnout. Yeah.
Right. So for me, burnout is related to an individual's feeling, right? So for me personally, if I have to, for example, if I have to do some repetitive tasks throughout the days, the next day I'll feel like I'm burnt out. I don't want to do this anymore. Or if I have like a sleepless night for some reason, and then the next day I would take like 4 cups of coffee in me, I'll feel burnt out the whole day. Cannot work at all. Right? So yeah, burnout is really just what you feel, and it could be long term or short term. Depends on people.
Yeah. So my idea about burnout is kind of similar to Bao's. It's like a consequence of feeling depressed and maybe losing motivations for a long time. It's not just being working a lot or something like that. Yeah. Okay. I have a question here. This is really interesting. So how do we know if we are relying on work-life balance term as an excuse for our lack of effort in work?
All right. That sounds like a trap. So yeah, I have solution for myself for this kind of trap, right? So usually I will try to set a balance point in my life, the one that can ensure my work performance, my self-growth, but also allows me the time to enjoy my personal life. But this requires you to understand yourself a little bit more. You have to put effort into understanding yourself. You have to know your abilities. You have to know your goals so that you can schedule your life, so that you can set the boundaries for your work. This allows you to reach a performance that ensures everything is okay. All the while, keep your motivation, and you are not going to lose effort because of that.
Yeah. That's so smart.
Yeah, it's a very difficult question because sometimes you don't understand yourself well enough to recognize that you're using it as an excuse. But I think long term, if your performance is affected by you using work-life balance as an excuse, then eventually the results and your colleagues will find a way to tell you and warn you about it. Regarding personal development, I think if you don't see any differences between you, who you are today, versus who you were a month ago or 2 months ago, I think it's time for you to re-implement your development plan.
Yeah. So I want to show another point of view on this. It really depends on the company's vision and yourself as well. Like it has to have the working environment matches with the orientation of both perspectives. For example, so if you're in the wrong place and you work really, really hard, but it can be evaluated as underperformance just because you have different metrics and vision. Yeah. We've been discussing different concepts about work-life balance. So what do you think about our working environment?
Well, I'm quite satisfied with our working culture here at CodeLink because it allows me to have a healthy lifestyle. Besides working, I have time for my social life, my hobbies, as well as learning new things.
Okay. Yeah. So as a person that care about both work life and personal life, I think CodeLink is a very interesting case where it provides me a very balanced environment where I can live my life to the fullest after work, but at the same time I can easily take on challenges whenever I feel like it. So if I feel, for example, if I feel a little bit burned out from the projects, I can always talk to the manager or the bosses. They're very cool with it, and they can move me to a different projects or add other people to help me, for example, and the opposite as well. So if I feel like I'm doing too much redundant or repetitive work, I can ask them to give me more challenges, working on both projects at the same time, or move to a different projects with big clients and all that. So yeah, it suits me pretty well.
Yeah, right.
So for me, the most important thing about the work environment here in CodeLink is the flexibility in my time and in the environment. As you can see, the clothes I'm wearing. Yeah. Alright, so I'm always initiative about arranging my schedules, arranging my work so that I can have my own personal life I can enjoy. Right? I always have challenges working in projects here, nerve-wracking ones even. Right? So I can always develop myself. I have limits so that I don't feel burnout after work, and I can also all the while enjoy my personal life.
So for me, as a 4-year CodeLinker, what I like most about CodeLink is the environment really helps you to get to the point of work-life balance, and also help you pursue your personal goal. Just like Bao said, we kind of like proactive and flexible in our working. For example, when your goal and your current project is not on the same path anymore, you want to develop some skills other than that, something like that, you can discuss to your manager or your co-founders to find a solution. You can jump to another project if you want. Yeah. So that was the great thing about CodeLink that I really like. Yeah. Well, I think it's time. Thank you for accepting my invitation and having really meaningful sharing on today's topic. And thank you for watching to the end of this video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment and subscribe as well. See ya!